how the biophotonics work. It's a light therapy. And light therapies are the way of the future. That's how most medicine and most treatments, they're going to start moving towards that direction. So what the actual device that we have does, on a full treatment, which just covers everything, first, the electromagnetic radiation plus trauma and everything else, it reverses the spin of our electrons on an atomic level and spinning counterclockwise instead of going clockwise. We don't realize this. We feel tired, we feel sick, we feel this. What's actually happening? Our electrons spin in the wrong way. This is the first thing we start with, spinning it in the right way. And it doesn't take long, it's quick. The next thing we do, we reconnect the head with the rest of the body. Any kind of physical trauma or emotional trauma disconnects us in order to defend the effect it has on us. So the actual program is called whiplash, which usually happens when you have a traffic accident and your neck does this and disconnects. But it's actually whiplash is happening even when you're just about to fall. And even if you don't fall, even if you don't have an actual accident, this trauma, physical or emotional, as a defense mechanism, creates this separation. So we reconnect this with two probes. We're going to connect this, and then the head and and the rest of the body start communicating again with no interference. So you have all the meridians of the body and everything, and they get blocked there, and it does not flow. Then we do this thing which you're going to have today to clear the radiation, and then we move to any particular either physical or emotional trauma that you have experienced, either an area in the body or an area where the body is linked with something, emotional, and we treat that. And then we move to the actual, full-fledged systemic realignment, where we use the light transmission, and there we also use homeopathic remedies, not in a physical form, in a photonic signature form. It's like everything translates to an actual photonic signature. Doesn't matter what it is, a tree, a person, a cell, anything. Once you detect that and you switch it or you balance it, and how do you balance it? What the device does two things. First of all, it detects the incoherence on this deep light level, and instead of trying to wipe it out and send it, kind of destroy it, it does something very interesting. It goes and creates the opposite incoherence, the opposite imbalancing. So you have one imbalance and you create the opposite imbalance, and they neutralize themselves. It cannot be active anymore. You don't want to remove it, you want to neutralize it. So it does not emit anymore these signals. So this is the first step. And the second step, it has a photomultiplier who takes the coherent light signal and transmits it, activating our light field, the factory settings, how we really are. So these two things reset the whole thing on such a deep level that it's not easily detectable. It's not like, I got the pain here, I use this, the pain went away. It doesn't work like this because it goes really deep. Until it hits the cellular level, it has to go through all the subatomic, atomic, molecular, and cellular tissue before it reaches, the very gravitational matter. So we're taking this biochemical detox with everything we do, which opening up space, physical space, and we complement it with from the top down, not only from the bottom up, but from the top down, bringing information, light information to fill up that space. It makes the whole thing faster, deeper, and cannot be reversible, because you cannot reverse a light field. I mean, anything which is inferior cannot dominate something which is superior in everything in life. So this is the so if we address light, we address everything. It takes some time. It takes a few weeks to actually feel, and it could take a few months. Depends on the person, depends on sensitivity or whatever, but the shift is irreversible. Whatever you gain it. This is it. You're not going to lose it. And because it's not biological or chemical or electromagnetic, it goes deeper than that. And that's the whole point of this. So that's why I made the decision, recently, just like a few weeks ago, to move in that direction and to introduce these slides on an optional basis as a separate session for people to experience and see how they feel about it and how they click. Because just hearing the information may tell you something without even, I could still say, well, I'm not exactly sure I get it, what it's about, but you can feel something. If that clicks, give it a shot, see how it feels. The particular device, this one, the Biophotonic Treatment device, you can only use it every 3 days. Because it takes, you allow the system to integrate the new information. So it takes 72 hours to do this, biorhythm. But because it penetrates all the structure of our physical body, because what is our physical body? Cells. Cells are molecules, and molecules are atoms, and atoms are subatomic material. And what is behind all this? There's light. There's nothing else. There's photons. And this is not anymore a theory, about, doing something. This is an actual fact, scientific fact. So, and it affects everything. Affects computation, affects communication, affects, health. So this is the whole, it's a revolutionary way to approach absolutely everything. Go to the top, to the core thing. And on a physical level, the pineal gland, which is the third eye, whatever we call it, controls all the endocrine system and controls all of the neurotransmitters. Doesn't matter what you do on a physical level, unless this is balanced, everything falls off. That's why we do something, seems to work for a period of time, and then we kind of lose the plot again. It's not because we don't have enough will or we make a mistake or something. It's just it's not deep enough to make the shift.